Hi, guys. This is another episode of the Chug Life Podcast. We are here with special guests, Heirs of Humanity. Today we'll be talking about their most recent work and how incredibly busy they've been, just booking shows, putting out a new album, and just really starting to get into the works of marketing themselves. And that means videos and merchandise, and that means networking and a billion other things. And we're going to get into all of those things. Hey guys, how are you guys doing?
Good.
Doing good, man.
We're doing great.
Hell yeah. So you guys want to go ahead and introduce yourselves real quick?
Yeah, my name is Brendan Chastain. I play bass.
Hello, I'm Dane. I'm the drummer. Yeah.
I'm Kieran, and I'm the vocalist of Heirs.
I'm Tyler, and I play guitar.
Welcome, guys. Thank you guys for coming onto the show. I'm very happy to have you guys back on the show and having Brandon on. I believe this is the first time ever I've had Brandon on, even though we've had Thutch on before, which is another group that Brandon's in out of like a billion. Brandon, how many groups are you in, dude? Jesus.
I'm in 4 currently.
Currently, and
yes, it's gonna stay that way. Sorry.
Oh man, sucks for everybody out there looking for a nasty bassist or guitarist. Sucks to suck, but he's a recent addition to the group, and I must say it is a huge plus. Brandon brings a ton to the group, and the group already has so much talent, and it's just such a heavy group. Just to add Brandon in there, it's just perfect. So where did this idea blossom from? Could anybody tell me there? How did this start?
Yeah. Okay, so we went on tour with Thutch and Exodia from Iowa. So Brandon was like, "Oh, screw it! I'm already on tour with Thutch with these guys. We might as well just like fill in. You know what I mean? Ask if they need a bass player." But we've had that conversation so many times. Like in the group at shows, it always happens because we were just waiting forever to just like officially ask him. Like he toured with us. I don't even know what the date was when he toured with us, but that was so fucking long ago. I feel like, but.
Yeah, that was a minute ago. Last summer, right? Last July.
July, yeah, because it went through 4th of July weekend. We did fireworks at Dane's parents' place.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Wow. I mean, it really does feel like a lifetime ago that you guys had your first tour.
Yeah,
That's
we're
what I'm
coming
saying.
up on a year in a couple months.
This as well. Yeah.
For real.
So you guys go from, we need a bassist, we've just done our first tour, to now, this guy's pretty good. This guy's catching the material pretty quickly. Well, what now? You know, is he just going to keep playing? So, I mean, how did you guys kind of transition into that thinking of, okay, we're going to lock this down, you know? Or was that just kind of availability? Like he was just like, hey, dude, so am I going to do it or what?
For sure. We didn't want to like step on toes or anything because we knew Brandon was already in a bunch of sick projects. But yeah, he was nailing the material. He adds a ton to the live show. Just having live bass in general is amazing, but dude moves better than any of us, I'd say. He's definitely a spectacle. So
Stop.
He adds a ton. But yeah, that said, he was expressing a lot of interest in like, you know, jumping on whatever shows he could with us, and we were very grateful because we were getting some cool opportunities. We opened for Born of Osiris and Carnifex, and that was both, I believe, were before he officially joined the band. And then yeah, over around Christmas time we had a show in Chicago, and we officially popped the question, and dude gladly accepted, which we are very grateful for, and now he's in the mix. So got
You
us
guys,
a beast of a
you
bass
did that
player.
mid-set, right?
We did. I
Yeah,
think you were at
for my
that show,
birthday
Mike.
show. Yeah, you were there, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yep. You witnessed history, my guy.
That was so bizarre, dude. I was like, this is incredible, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, dude.
Like a proposal at a show, but better.
We really wanted to get crazy with it and like get down on a knee and make it very real proposal-esque, but that would have been a little extra. So
Oh
we
man, that is. I mean, Brandon, you're playing a gig. You know, you're having a pretty good night. You turn around, these guys are like, "Hey, you want to join the band?" I mean, were you expecting this?
I was surprised on how they did it, honestly. I was just sitting there like they did it, and I was like, what is going on here? And fucking then they just like did the whole thing in front of everybody, and I was just cracking my ass up.
if you do it in front of a bunch of people, like
You
they
can't
almost
say
have to
no.
say yes because of the implication. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a legitimate yes for sure. Like I during that whole time with playing the shows after the whole tour, I had sat there and I was like, damn, like it's like really fun playing with all these guys. They're fucking sick musicians, and like I would totally do this like full time. So I was actually like hoping that that conversation would happen, and then eventually did, and like yeah, it's been fucking great since.
Dude, isn't it crazy that that just came out of one tour, like just 7 days, that Ed was like, "Oh, dude, we'd be down for that." Yeah, that sounds fun, man.
Yeah, it's been a blessing for sure. I felt like that we talk about that tour all the time. Like even the guys in Thutch, and then anytime with the other guys in Errors, that was a good time. It was definitely a lot of great memories, and it just felt like supernatural. So it just kind of like to where we're at now. It just kind of felt like everything just fell in place the way it was supposed to happen. So yeah, I've been having a blast since.
Man, I just can't, because I just immediately started thinking about Exodia, and they recently announced they're going on a hiatus, and it was just fucking heartbreaking, dude. Those guys rock, and yeah, I mean, I was just honored to be able to put all that together, and help this beautiful little, or not little, I guess, massive fucking gargantuan fucking monster blossom. And you guys end up doing these 6 shows, and it's just, man, makes my heart just explode, dude. Fucking rocks. So you guys are now quite literally doing everything yourself. You guys are fully independent. Have you guys been approached by any labels or booking agencies of sorts?
As of right now, we're still just a blip on people's radars. We've talked to some people, not directly related to, signing contracts or anything like that, but we have had some chats with some people in that realm, which is cool. It's cool that people are, starting to recognize that we're doing some cool stuff, which is awesome. But yeah, nothing that's super life changing or anything like that. But yeah, we're happy to do the independent thing. Gives us a lot more control over what we can do, and it yeah, maybe down the road if the right offer comes, we'll consider something like that. But like right now, I think I can't speak for all of us, but I'm pretty content with the situation we've got rolling. Like we are mostly DIY. Like I plan on doing all of the audio related stuff for our next release, which gives us again a lot of like control over where we want to head sound wise. And but Yeah, we also work with some really awesome individuals. Uh, yeah, I don't want to name drop too much because we still have some stuff that's yet to be released, but we have a pretty cool team alongside us that has been in our back pockets for all of the stuff we've been getting ready for our upcoming release. So,
Hell yeah.
very grateful for that.
So
But
you're a sound
yeah,
engineer, I take it?
yeah, I've been dabbling a little bit.
Oh,
Right
it's everything.
now, I don't know about all that, but I work as a mixing assistant right now for No Passenger Studio out of Madison, Wisconsin, alongside my good friend Spencer from the band Soul Shade. He used to play in a band called Pangea, if you remember them.
No, but I'm aware of Soul Shade, though. Those guys rock.
Yeah, yep,
Hell yeah.
they've been killing it lately. They come down to Chicago a fair bit, and yeah, I've been kind of shadowing him for the last 2 years ish, and um, I had a good hand in the Auraborn record mixing and stuff like that. So I'm looking to fully immerse myself in the air stuff.
Hell yeah. And booking is who?
Right now, yeah, we've just been kind of DIYing it for the most part. We have some other people we're looking to line some stuff up with on the artist front,
I
and they've
thought
been helping
Kieran was
us.
doing the booking.
Yeah, Kieran, I'll let you get into it a little bit. It is kind of a group effort, but Kieran is at
That's
the helm of a
good.
lot.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to have. I mean, I've had so many folks come in here, dude, and they're like, I do everything myself, and I'm like, I mean, that's great, dude, but I'm gonna be honest. I have to manage like 6 different pages, and I'm gassed out. So I
Yeah,
can't imagine having to do more than that, and at a more concentrated effort, and to a much higher degree. I just yeah, I can't imagine it. So I'm just it's nice. It's nice that you guys share those responsibilities. It's a lot to be able to do on a daily basis. We all have shit that we need to do, and life can just be absolutely brutal sometimes. So sometimes you just have to just block out a huge amount of time, and it sucks to be coming into a project or a part of a project that you haven't had any experience in, haven't had any knowledge in, and you're expected to keep the traditional norm. You're expected to hold a standard when you don't know what the standard is. So, yeah, always having those shared responsibilities, I think it's huge, man. And, I think it's a huge part to why you guys are seeing success is because you guys are understanding and just absolutely mastering the most basic tenets of being a band, which is understanding that you all as individuals bring a huge amount to the group. And likewise, when you have burdens within the group, those same burdens need to be shared because at the end of the day, each one of you is going to have to back up and help the other if you fail. So if none of you but one knows the duties and knows what they have to do, if that guy leaves or if that guy falls for some reason, everybody else is screwed and so is the group. That's it. There goes your business on one guy. Just think about that for a second, you guys. I want you to imagine it's not a business, literally. Sure, you can get an LLC or a LLC, sure, but I want you to know that at the end of the day, you guys have to back each other up as friends, but you will also have to make business decisions like sharing those responsibilities, and that is responsible. That is good to have accountability, and it is good to have, so to speak, fail safes. If one guy doesn't know enough, the other guy does. Anyhow, sorry for the tangent, y'all. So
you're good.
back to you guys having this I guess it is a fully independent mindset. One of the things I wanted to tell you guys is that if you guys ever do have these offers come in, I think it's important above all, that you keep the rights to whatever music you own and whatever means you want to put it out. I think really the main job within any distribution type label should be simply to distribute and give you tools to make that better, and to be able to do that in an easier fashion than you would if you were independent. I think it should mostly serve as a networking aspect, to be able to, if I need a guy that does booking, well, I got a guy that does booking, because Johnny next door, he's been doing this for 30 plus years. He knows what he's doing. And likewise for mixing and mastering, likewise for cover arts and merch and all that. And so I think there is a lot that they can bring in, and there's a lot that you can bring in too. And so being independent, really what I think it just helps to show you what you are really good at. And then you can go from there and say, well, these are the aspects we're lacking in. We should go ahead and get an X agency or an X company or whatever you need to fill in those gaps. And that's more so what I'm meaning, to think about it in a more business sense, because at the end of the day, you want to have as much kind of, I don't want to say input into the band, but the more input you have, the more likelihood of appealing you will have. And it sounds very, oh, well, we're going to be mainstream media-ish and all that shit. Sure. But at the end of the day, I think one of the main goals of anybody as a band or an artist is going to be to get across many radios or many, phones or as many TVs as possible. You want to get that kind of mass push in marketing. And one of the biggest ways to do that is getting a label, is getting a good booking agency. So it just depends absolutely what they're offering you. And I want you to know what you can offer them. And it's 99% of the times, a billion times more than what they'll offer you. Oh my God.
Sorry, we're coughing like crazy on the mic, but
You
yeah,
all right,
no,
bro?
it definitely, I agree wholeheartedly where we're just very mindful of, signing something that benefits us,
Oh
if
yeah.
if anything were to come, it would definitely be something we would very carefully consider.
Good.
And it's cool, like we are lucky to have associated ourselves with a lot of people who have gotten those opportunities and have some insight as to what to look out for and things like that. But yeah, right now we're just enjoying the ride. It's cool getting cool opportunities underneath some national touring acts, which we've been doing a lot of. And I think everybody has the similar goal in mind of taking the show on the road someday and playing to larger crowds over time. And it's cool seeing that natural progression happen, because just a year and a half ago we were playing to 10-20 people a night, and now things have increased dramatically, which we are very fortunate to have. So
Hard work
yeah,
pays off, man. Hard
appreciate
work
that.
pays
Yeah, we've
off.
just been
So
road dogs.
the big theme for this episode really was Testimony, which is your most recent release. And of course, we have a lot of other side notes, like Brandon joining the band and you guys going on the road and having all these awesome shows. We got Milwaukee Metal Fest. But the big thing for me is how amazing Testimony was. And top to bottom, it is probably some of the best sounding deathcore or music, really, in my opinion, especially heavy music that I've heard in years. And this, it tops everything that I imagined would come from folks that I knew. It sounds funny and it sounds weird. I don't know, whatever. But I just, it fucking rocked it rocked my socks off, dude. Like, just absolutely blew my mind. As soon as I started this album, I was shook. So one of the things that you guys had kind of like mentioned, no, I'm kind of going off track. Just recording this whole album. What was kind of like the experience? I mean, previously you guys have done some EP. Did you guys have any big changes between those two?
No, not really. Honestly, it was the EP. The very first EP was just like me recording in my basement with the same producer Stacy that I wrote Testimony with or recorded Testimony with. But it was honestly the same process, just a little bit slightly better on the guitar end of it. And and also Testimony is when Dane got in the mix as well. So he got to put his spin on the drums as opposed to me just thinking the EP should sound like Jimmy Pino on the drums for some reason.
Dude, it sounded fucking amazing. That was another part that I wanted to touch on, was how incredible the drums sounded. Dane,
Hell
great
yeah.
fucking job, dude.
Thank you.
What tips can you give us for getting your drums to sound like this, man? Bless us with some knowledge.
One of my tips is to work with Stacy Smyer at Red Nose Audio. He got them shit sounding fat as hell.
Wow.
Fatty drums, baby. Come on now.
He got them shit sounding fat. I like that. Honestly,
well said, Dane.
If they're not saying that about you as a sound engineer, doing it right.
I will say though that with some of the stuff that me and Tyler have been working on, Tyler's been, first of all, it's really impressive that he is doing all this sound shit as well as being a member of the band. Like, he is full steam ahead, is like, I want to, mix this whole album and shit and like record everything. And it's like, all right, that'll save us like $4,000. Which is nice. And
thanks,
just,
bro.
Anytime. Saves me a grand.
And yeah, I think it's just really cool that he's been a really good addition to this band. And he has lots of good ideas. He's cracked a guitar. He has a go get 'em attitude. He's always down for the grind. He's always like, Dane, when are you gonna come to the studio and help me work on these songs? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't. I got my other grind going on.
I gotta play Super Mario Strikers tonight.
I gotta
with my girlfriend.
play game.
Oh man.
But yeah, I think it's really, I'm very excited for this next shit. And I'm just gonna say it. Testimony was not live drums, and I know that's a big drop. It was not actually me playing. I did write lots of the drums, but it was not actual recorded audio. It was lots of samples. But I'm just so honest and such a hard worker. I just got to be honest with it. But
he lies for fun. He's full of shit.
But I also did not have a place to play my drums really, so I got I'm kind of making excuses for myself, but now I have a place to practice. I have a place to grind.
Good excuses.
These are really good excuses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very solid excuses. So, I mean, obviously, and just for all the listeners out there, Dane can play all this shit. Just because it's samples doesn't mean he can't play it. Doesn't mean he hasn't played it. It just means it was a fucking computer when he put it on the actual album. All right,
that's what I'm saying.
Just stating the obvious, because there's gonna be some people out there like, well, how did you get it recorded if you?
It sounds better live anyway.
Dane's DMs are full of haters, and
bro,
I can attest that he rips it live. It's pretty nasty. Yeah, tell him about the one guy who was very upset with you.
a guy
dude,
DM me on
put one on
Instagram.
blast.
He was like, "Hey man, I just listened to Testimony. It's really cool. I just want to know what symbols you used on the record because they sound so freaking good." And I was like, "Hey man, I really appreciate you reaching out, and I'm so glad you like the music. I'm gonna be honest, it was software drums on there, but I can definitely like point you to like the sample pack or something if you really like how they sound." And like I also like told him about who mixed it and stuff, and then he just said like, "Oh, okay." Dot dot dot.
Say his name on the pod.
Stop it.
I was like, well, guess I'll just die.
Oh my god. That's so weird, man. I mean, look, I'll be honest with you. I also thought it was legit live drums. So I can see him just being like completely bewildered at the fact.
They are very live sounding, and Stacy did an awesome job making him sound very real. He did a good job with the.
Wow.
Both of you guys did a good job with the velocities and getting things.
So I'm assuming you had
the
a
right
lot to do with Dane. You had a lot to do with all of these tempo changes and like the transitions between the different samples, or was that all Stacy?
I mean, yeah, it was pretty much just me and Stacy like sitting over each other's shoulders, and I would be like, it should kind of go like, da 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 da. And you'd be like, oh, okay.
Oh,
And
dude,
then,
I think da 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 would be better.
Pretty much,
Oh.
And then I know me and Stacy would be like, so this is like a bar of like 2/4, and then it goes into 4/4 back again, and then it just has like a little, hemiola type thing going on. And then we would be like, Kieran, how does that sound? And Kieran would be like, yeah, man.
Hitting his dab pen real good.
No, he was hitting a fucking whole ass bong. It wasn't a tap pen.
You know me.
Yeah, threw you under the bus, dude.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Holy shit. Wow. In the studio, man bonged out on the couch.
Yeah, we were at my house, so we were my guest bedroom, I guess, or have everything set up where I'm sitting right now. But yeah, I was chilling on the futon. I remember. But yeah, Dane did a good job on that part, even though it's not live drums. It's Dane. Like I said, it sounds better live, anyways. Like it sounds as good or better, in my opinion. So, and also agreeing with Dane, the new stuff is gonna.
Me and Tyler are gonna get in the studio and I'm gonna rip it out, and it's gonna be awesome.
You should
and we have
it.
Well, we do have some cool testimony drum playthrough stuff in the works. So
yes,
be on the
that is
lookout
also
for that.
true.
Dane did a really good job replicating his programmed drums live, and we even mic'd everything up. It's no fake shit. It's the real deal. We went through and had him rip it for realsies so the haters would get out of his DMs.
Exactly, yeah. That's literally the whole reason I did those, because that one guy made me so upset.
He cried for 4 days.
Oh man, what happened on the 5th day?
Nah, but yeah, I forgot
him.
about those playthroughs. Yeah, Tyler, what's the holdup on those?
Oh man.
To be determined.
So, you guys also have a video in the works, right?
That is true. I think we posted on our Instagram about we just put up a little story, a little snippet, a little teaser, but we do have something in the works, 110%.
So how has it been deciding what's going to get a video and what isn't?
Tyler's just been ripping it in the studio. So we started with a lot of songs. We kind of broke some of those songs down and got more songs finished on that end, and more of like in the demo phase. But there's definitely one song in particular that, in my opinion, was pretty, or I guess in all of our opinions, why we kind of went with it. But it's pretty well put together, and it is a very good example of the new sound of Airs. Not that it's completely different, but just with everyone. This is Tyler's first time writing for Airs of Humanity. And it's like our first time releasing music as a band. Collectively, everyone putting their ideas in. So front to back, this song is like well put together and deserves a video, I think. So
Was Brandon on bass during Testimony?
No, I wasn't in the band at that time.
That's what I thought.
Brandon was just a seed of a thought of an idea.
This is twinkle in Dane's eye.
Yeah, something like that.
So have you guys started kind of writing for this new material? I'm assuming that somebody has been ripping it out in the studio.
Yeah,
Yeah,
somebody
Tyler,
has.
Oh.
No, yeah, we've been putting stuff together for. I mean, I think even before Testimony dropped, we were kind of working on some stuff, but it's just been a lot of like, pinpointing exactly where we want to go directionally, and we've thrown a lot of stuff at the wall. And my motto has always been, keep cranking things out until something sticks, and we have a couple solid tracks that we're really happy with so far, and we're going to continue to write till we get everything exactly to the level we want it to be. We do have some ideas on when we want to get this stuff out. Nothing set in stone, but we got a little bit of a plan in place. I don't want to say too much, but yeah, we're just going to continue the writing process. Pretty soon, though, I think we're going to pick and choose what all works best and go forward with a couple tracks here very soon.
Oh, nice. So I don't want to put any pressure on you guys, but would that be this year that you guys are going to start working on it, or possibly kind of teasing new material? What's your timeline for that?
There will be a release this year.
Oh,
That I will give away.
Dane,
Everything else is classified information.
Dane's so funny.
That was perfect. Nice,
Brain
Dan.
blast.
Well timed. So I'm trying to wrap my head around. You guys had written stuff for this upcoming cycle while you guys were preparing to release the last. Is that what I understand? Am I getting that correctly?
no, I think
I think we were still working on some stuff a little bit before Testimony officially released. If not very shortly thereafter.
Interesting.
Because we have been at it for a minute.
yeah. But Walt, like, Kieran wrote most of Testimony a while back, and then like I kind of did all the drum stuff, and then, but yeah, like there was stuff in the works while Testimony was getting released and stuff, but that should have been written for a while.
So is that, Kieran, is that within, like, lyrically, is that within the same mindset that you would have been in Testimony, or are you kind of going another way lyrically? What's that been like for you, your lyrical evolution?
So the new stuff compared to Testimony, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
I assume. Yeah. It's not. It's more or less like the same, just ideas that are always throughout all of the songs lyrically, just like things that are just fucked up in humanity, essentially, and just things that, a lot of stuff that with the new stuff that I personally think is fucked up or wrong, or it's like if people are lyric readers, because you won't be able to understand a lot of it. Just
What's that been like, also getting your lyric sheets out?
what do you mean?
Have you gotten your lyric sheets out? I remember we kind of talked about getting that put out for all of the folks that were interested in the lyrics. But,
I know we DistroKid, that's what it is. But I just upload everything onto there essentially, and I copy paste the lyrics in from the Google Docs that I have, and I just assumed it did all of that. So I'm pretty sure they're on Spotify, Apple Music, and all that stuff. There's like one or two songs that don't have lyrics, but
That's awesome, dude. Man,
Yeah, I think the
that goes a long way, I think, to just connect folks to the music too, because back in the day, you would have had to go on Google and find the lyrics, and now you could just literally same screen that you're listening to music on, get your lyrics on there. It's freaking
right.
awesome. You can also on that same page get your shows. You could also merch link. You can also put so many freaking links. I mean, it's just such a great tool, man. I think about that pretty often. Things like Spotify and iHeartRadio, while they can be incredibly predatorial and they can absolutely fuck over and have fucked over and are currently fucking over bands and artists. I do think that they provide a service that is unheard of and unmatchable. And yeah, I just really hope someday that can be fixed. Just the payout process and the payout amount specifically. I think that really fucking blows. And you have bands that end up just getting over promoted by the algorithm over bands that should be promoted, and I don't know, it's just such a shit show. But yeah, Spotify lyrics and Spotify as a whole is a great tool, and man, it's such a way to plug all of your upcoming shows. Like, what kind of shows do you guys have coming up?
Milwaukee Metal Fest. That's May 19th.
Nice.
And Indie Metal Fest is, I forget the exact date in June, honestly, but we have plan on hitting the road and playing shows, hopefully in the summertime, but I don't know when this episode will get released, I guess so. But we have stuff in the works. I think Tyler started to touch on that just a little bit, but just plan on hitting the road soon.
Hell yeah.
So we can start doing that, because we haven't played a show in a while, honestly, and we have music that's kind of been written, and we love playing Testimony live too, so, and it's obviously the oldies. So just hitting the road again, and this process, since January, I think we haven't played a show. That's correct, but this has been more of writing and getting the back end part of it with new music figured out and all that stuff, and that was our main focus.
Getting everything refined.
Correct. So we had Milwaukee Metal Fest booked for quite some time now, so that was already in the works, but that'll be a big show as well. There's like 15 bands, I think, the day that we play, like Slaughter to Prevail. So
wow.
No Face, In Flames. So we're kind of picking and choosing the shows we play, but I think we're at the point now where we have some stuff kind of fleshed out and more on the back end is starting to look good, so we can start hopefully hitting the road and playing shows soon.
Hell yeah. I mean, dude, I've heard tons and tons of horror stories of never getting contacted and getting rejected everywhere and every place. So, it's always great to be in a position where you're getting too much contact or just enough contact or contact as a whole. So, man, that's awesome. I'm really happy to hear that. And I wish more of that for you guys. And I'm excited as hell to see you guys keep rocking. And you guys have anything that you want to plug before we get going?
I just say if you're tuned into our social medias, we have Instagram and Facebook. Just check out Heirs of Humanity, because I guess I don't know when this is getting released, but we have a lot of stuff that we just want to start telling people, and a lot of stuff down the road and upcoming that we're kind of getting ready for as well too. So check out our social medias, give us a follow. I know we're getting pretty close to 3,000 followers on Facebook now. To start streaming songs on Spotify, check us out on Facebook, check us out on Instagram for sure. So you can stay up to date with some news.
Mm-hmm.
Some news.
Some news.
I also want to plug my buddy Cole Schalk. He is letting me use his microphone right now.
Wow, Cole.
Shout out.
Hell yeah, dude.
and also he's the one that filmed the drum playthroughs that are going to be dropping sometime soon. He's a good guy. He has helped out Heirs of Humanity a lot these past couple years. He also did the Towers of Human Skulls live playthrough. Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Shout out to
Cool
Cole.
rules.
Fuck yeah, Cole.
Yeah, not necessarily a plug, but I just want to say directly to you, Mike, thank you for all your help on booking the Errors Thutch Exodia tour back in the day. For the listeners out there, this guy probably doesn't make a lot of mention of it because he's a very humble, kind gentleman, but he helped us out tremendously with booking one of our first tours as a band. Did it completely free of charge out of the goodness of his heart.
One of.
And
Wait, it was the first.
did I say one of the?
Yeah, it was
the
the
first
first
Heirs
tour.
of Humanity tour. Yes. So I just want to say thank you. I want to let all of your listeners know that you're a sick fella, and
It's an
I
honor,
appreciate all the things you've done for us. So we all
Thank
do.
you, bro.
Thanks, Mike.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you're the best, Mike.
I love you guys, man. Brandon, you got some cool shit coming up, don't you? You got some cool shit you might want to plug, don't you?
Yeah, there's some stuff on my end, but I was actually gonna say, like, shout out to all the bands we've played with recently and have hopped on these shows and whatnot. Yeah, like this, I feel like the scene both up in Illinois and Wisconsin are doing really good, and there's a lot of super talented bands. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah, as of lately, I've gotten to fucking meet a lot of people in Wisconsin. So yeah, it's like it's really good seeing like all the talent like just blooming, you know, from left and right. So yeah, shout out to everybody we play with. There's a huge fucking list. I'm not gonna go through the list, but you guys know who you are. So
Well, it seems Brandon's being a little humble, but there's a pretty cool thing that Brandon's putting on up north, and I'm going to tell you all about because we're promoting this thing. You know, we sponsored this thing, so I guess I kind of have like a legal, like the lawyers will shoot me kind of obligation. So, Chicago Pride Metal Fest is something that you guys should all go and check out. Okay, go and check out the Facebook, go and check out the Instagram, and I want you to go follow it, like it, go and get a ticket. All right, RSVP, do the whole shebang. All right, and then I want you to go and send a message to my man Brandon Chastain. All right, and I want you to just wax his balls poetically. All right. Tell him how great of a person he is and all that. All right. And then just that's it. You know, you just go to the show, you go to Chicago Pride Metal Fest, and you have the time of your life. All right. And Brandon, what day is that?
Yeah. It's going to be 2 days. The first date is Friday, June 7th, and the second date is Saturday, June 8th. Yeah, it'll be at WC Social Club. A lot of bands are on it. If you check out the social media pages, we've announced like quite a bit. We just had Bind the Sacrifice announce, First Step to Glory. Still Stairs on it, By the Thousands, Stolen Sun, Empath, Thutch, Dream Malaysia, Through and Through, Either Aura, Scumrot. And I hope I'm not missing anybody that was released so far. But
yeah, you probably are. But the thing is, like, it's just such a big list. It's honestly like,
yeah, and we still have more too. That's the easy part. Yeah,
and
there's a few.
Brandon, how much are the tickets for that?
I feel terrible for not knowing on hand. I want to say 20 to 25 or so, but we are running a deal for. If you want to go both days, there is a discounted ticket price that you can get for that. So, yeah, I want to say around 20 to 25. We weren't trying to make it like super expensive. So
So $20 per day. All right, $40 for 2 days. You can go and catch up to 20 of the best bands in Illinois and Wisconsin and the surrounding areas. You can go see that at the WC Club in West Chicago. It is going to be a hell of a day, you guys, and I highly recommend you to be there. Thank you guys all for checking us out, for listening and hanging out. These are the boys and heirs of humanity. Thank you guys for spending some time with me and chatting about your new album, Testimony. I want you guys to go and listen to that album. Seriously, it is an incredible piece of work. If you haven't already, man, I almost feel bad for you. It is awesome. It's a great time. And you already got a snippet of it, so you don't have any reason to say you won't do it. Just go and fucking do it. I swear to fucking God, do it now. Thanks for checking out the Chuck Life Podcast, my loves. It has been a great time hanging out with you guys. And stay safe out there. See ya.